Dennis Lloyd. Yeah, I guess it works. It kind of would have been cool if you used your Israeli name, but that's marketability, I guess. Who knows? Welcome back to Y.E.S, everyone. Today we are going to talk about Some Days, the debut album by Dennis Lloyd. I don't know how many of you are actually familiar with his work, but despite this being a debut album, he has released 4 EPs before, so there's probably some fans out there that are like, all right, yeah, a full-length album. And the rest of us are like, oh, okay, here's something new. This album I found was pretty different from other things I listened to this year, and I know that affected my first full-length listen of the album for a positive spin. My second listen grounded me a bit more, and now I'm ready to share some thoughts on aspects that I liked about it, and some where it felt a little shaky for being the first full-length album by Lloyd here. The first thing that I would like to say that is positive about this album is that it strives to convey positive and legitimately good messages in its lyrical content. A lot of the topics I can see myself wanting to channel my own personal energy into creative and artistic outlets. At the same time, I struggle figuring out which of the songs do the best job that I could share here on my channel, because Lloyd decides in most of his songs to take the straightforward approach for his songwriting. There is a way to do that successfully, but the issue I find many times when artists do this is that they will forget poetic companionship the lyrics are required to convey and align alongside the production, composition, or general beat that the audience is simultaneously listening to. Essentially, not all the topics are musically inspiring, but you can feel something interesting trying to reach out of your inner creative notions. The album plays with a few unique sound styles, including pop, rock, and a little bit of Middle Eastern style production from time to time, which in turn fuses with hip hop and even reggae? Yeah, I know, kind of interesting right there, right? The 2 songs that I feel are kind of the obvious singles marketed lane include Alien and The Way. Side note, The Way was co-produced by Kygo. Kind of interesting and kind of cool. So there's something for anyone looking for some mainstream validity right there, I guess. Other songs that could potentially interest general audiences would be Irrelevant and Some Days, which go along the lines of good idea with something deeper, trying to escape and be soaked up by the listeners from the point of view of Dennis Lloyd's mind. While I could go on how he mixes guitar in a large number of the tracks here, as well as good piano, trumpet, saxophone, and drum beats, I'm more interested in trying to figure out what other listeners came to feel and understand from this project. There are plenty of solid topics, including belonging, genuine relationships amongst all kinds of people, starting over, figuring out how to move forward in life when that gets hard. Plenty of things that he puts in some actual validation into. If you have listened to this album, I'd like to know what connections you felt with certain tracks and what you think other people are supposed to get out of them. I'm saying this because I understand the point of view Lloyd is sharing in probably most of the songs, but because of the personal sentiment disappointment, of a lack of a musical climax, and a fair number of some of the songs. I do have a genuine interest in what other people have to say about these songs. Having said that, if you haven't listened to it already, I would strongly encourage you to still give it a listen. Because one, I'm confident you've not heard anything like it this year. And two, because of that different aspect, maybe your mind will be stretched a little bit. Maybe you'll realize there's something else out there that maybe you need to give a listen to. Or maybe you'll come to some other conclusion other than what I have said here in this video. I think this album deserves some more recognition, especially for the songs that I highlighted. With all that being said, here are my category grades right here. And after having listened and reviewed this album, how would I recommend this album? I am going to give it a good. Some part of me wants to judge this album harsher, but I do think as a debut album, this is a fair recommendation. And again, it does showcase a number of really good ideas. And I will say to Lloyd, bravo for trying to sing about actual good topics. Despite the topics being sung more forward lyrically, I don't feel like many other artists would even attempt that route, or even just some of the aforementioned topics. After all that's said and done, there's a strong part of me that respects that. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to follow me in my social media links down in the description below, and insert call to action graphics here. Be sure to follow these so you can come back here where you can discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment, culture, and lifestyle, while not forgetting quality, values, and fun. And above all, get that yes in your life. See you next time.